What's up, my crypto legends? In this episode, we're taking a look at Bitcoin on the daily. And yes, we are hitting this resistance from this ascending channel that we have talked about for the last few weeks. Now, there are some major opportunities here if we do retrace because there's huge support, but there's also opportunities if we do break resistance. I'm going to talk to you about these major targets that we do have to the upside in the next coming weeks. We're also taking a look at the Bitcoin price on the 4-hourly and some different patterns such as this symmetrical triangle, right? Where we have been creating lower highs and higher lows, broken out of resistance. I'm going to show you the potential target in the next coming weeks. We also take a look at Ethereum. We also take a look at Zilliqa because Zilliqa went absolutely nuts here, exploding almost 500% in less than a week. Now, is there any opportunities here on Zilliqa? Well, I want to show you another L1 blockchain project. It is Cadena, where there might be an insane opportunity because this could explode to the upside and there's huge gains to be made. Make sure to stay tuned, guys. Hello there, Andy here. Welcome back to another episode of Bitcoinsensus. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Daily TA on Bitcoin crypto. Also to live stream to connect with the community. Not financial advisor. Don't buy or sell anything that I say. If you do so, do your own research. Let's dive in here, guys. Quick reminder, if this video gets over 1,000 likes and you comment down below, you are eligible for a giveaway in Bitcoin. So make sure to comment down below and smash up the like button. Let's dive in here on the daily, guys, and look at the scenarios, okay? Because we are hitting this major resistance. We are getting that reaction from this ascending channel that we have been talking about for ages right now, ever since we printed this low. So we are getting that reaction. It is true that it does look like that we are above major resistance, turning into potential support, which is that 45.5, 46K levels, right? Where we have had this solid base back in December of 2021, and also here major resistance in February and also the beginning of March. Now, if we do see some type of correction from this range, because this is a huge resistance, we got the bearish Gartley. This has been mentioned for a long time right now, ever since we created this low part. And we got the resistance from this ascending channel. We've also got a big spike on the VPVR from volume traded in between December till today. So you can clearly see that major resistance zone. Now, what happens if we do smash out from this resistance? Well, I'm going to tell you right away what would happen. But first of all, let's talk about the short-term bearish case scenario where we are going to get rejected from this major level. But where could we bounce as support? Well, I want to show you a very important daily level that I got here marked in the blue. As you can see, the daily closes that we did have on the 9th of February right there, okay, starting off the day here on the 10th, going down. We've also got this one, this daily close on the 15th, all right? You can see the daily candle close, and also right over here on the 1st of March. This is why I have this blue horizontal line. It is a major daily level. We have been closing round about this range, okay? I'm talking about the 44.5K level now consistently for quite a few times, as you can see. So you can see this daily start of the candle. This is a very powerful candle, as you can see. Now the lower part is that daily level. So if the price were to retrace down to that range, you could expect some kind of reaction, some kind of bounce where you could take opportunity of the market, right? It is also where you have this huge cluster on the VPVR. You can see there's a big gap here. This is why the price action from 45.5 reached 48K levels very easily. This is why you do have this big candle, because the volume disappears here on the VPVR. So you could assume if the price action does come down to this level, you are going to get a reaction. You are going to potentially see some couple of wicks here and a big fat bounce, guys. And this is levels where you could take opportunity, right? Keeping it simple, keeping it in a nutshell. Let's also talk about if this major support level after a major bounce makes a lower high and comes all the way down to lower levels. Well, the next big daily level would be this one right over here, right? Where you do have this close and open or from the 9th till the 10th of March, as you can see, right? So this level is also very important. You can also see some daily closes right there, okay? And another one right over here. It is actually one of the biggest point of control. As you can see, the big spikes over here around this range is right there at the $42,000. So we do know that $42,000 is also a major level, which would also be a great zone where we could get a big fat bounce. Okay, so you've got these kind of scenarios here that you could take advantage of the market. Okay, just to be clear. And there will be a moment, if you do see that retracement, that you will consolidate and gain power to continue to the upside, because I do believe so, like I showed you in some other updates, that this is an accumulation event and it's not a redistribution event, and we're not going to see Bitcoin potentially trading below $30,000 in the next coming months. I don't think this is going to happen by the looks of things. There would have to be a very big black swan event. So that would be the bearish case scenario in the immediate short term, in my personal opinion, looking at this analysis. Let's go to this chart over here, all right? Let's get some of those other patterns out of the way and talk about this scenario. This is Bitcoin on the 4 hourly. And it is true that we did create lower highs here and higher lows, all right? This is looking at the price action from late January till today. We did have a little reaction from the resistance of these lower highs, right? We did have that small reaction, as you can see, finally breaking out with a big, massive candle. Now, this is a symmetrical triangle. Now, if you use textbook technical analysis, all right, just for entertainment purposes, because sometimes this is not as accurate, but I do see this being an accumulation zone and going to much higher levels. So from the point of breakout, you could potentially reach that $57,000, $58,000 range in a matter of a few weeks, okay? This would be the technical textbook target. But what I want to show you here, most importantly, is that we have broken above lower highs. So you have lower high right there. Okay, you got lower high, you have this fake out from lower high, right? You're creating a slightly lower high right there. But this one right over here has broken out. You can see that this is the kind of breakout that we want, not this breakout over here from this last lower high, which was less than $1,000. You want to see a couple of $1,000. Okay, so the 45.5, you're hitting $48,000, slightly above. That's over a $2,000, 2.5K breakout, which is absolutely phenomenal. So this is why, if the price does have a retracement, I think it's going to have a big fat bounce, because you are basically breaking the downtrend. You're breaking the last lower highs. So if you do have that retracement to this range, okay, I am talking about that 45, 44.5 with a little bit of volatility, potentially hitting the resistance from this symmetrical triangle, okay, turning it into support. And you've also got insane support here at 45K levels here, where you did get those big bounces and that big major rejection as resistance. So stay cautious on this zone, because if you start seeing that reaction at this range, we might be having a small accumulation and going to much higher levels. So that is the potential target. Now, it's not going to be easy. We do have a trading range. Look at the price action that we did have from December till beginning of January, where we do have big resistance at $52,000 and also support at 45.5K. So it is going to be a very interesting trading range where we could take advantage of the market, okay, till we reach that potential $57,000, $58,000 as a target from this symmetrical triangle breakout. We are breaking out from the last lower highs, as you can see, looking pretty good if you ask me. So potential short-term corrections is possible. That is just going to be good opportunity. Let's dive into Ethereum, because the Ethereum is very similar. We talked about the accumulation and distribution schematics, looking at the Wyckoff theory. As you can see, accumulation, reaccumulation, distribution, redistribution. This is potentially an accumulation. You are creating higher lows. It's looking pretty good. You are getting above the last lower highs, as you can see here, successfully. So why not believe that we are going to go to much higher levels, right? So if I zoom in here also on Ethereum, you can see the biggest point of control from volume traded in between September, August from last year till today, okay? This is looking at over 6 months. You can see the biggest point of control is right here at the $3,100 range, which would be the top range, as you can see, where you do have these consolidations. You do have this major resistance that we did have over here. So if the price action of Ethereum does correct down this level, you could expect the price action getting heavily supported from the $3,000 to $3,100 range, where you have the biggest spike of point of control. You do have big spikes here as resistance. So it could be very likely that you will get a reaction and you will get a big fat bounce. If you want to use textbook technical analysis, also you got this symmetrical triangle from the higher lows, lower highs, the width here of the back could potentially take you to that $3,800 levels. Now, 3,600, 650 is big resistance. You can see big resistance right over here when we created this beautiful inverse head and shoulder. This being the neckline, I'm talking about the $3,650 range approximately, getting very strong support. But here you were creating a very aggressive kind of a descending triangle, right? Where you're creating massive lower highs and you do have a big support level finally breaking down. So this is why this range is very strong resistance in between 3,650 and 3,800. So I think in the next coming days, potentially, if we do have a retracement, it might be a couple of weeks, you get that big fat bounce. You are going to aim to hit those levels in between 3,650 and 3,800. The only reason why, guys, is because of market structure. We are changing here the market structure. Massive, aggressive, lower highs, okay, keeping it simple. You are starting to break out all of this massive, big downtrend. So any kind of retracement is very likely to create a higher low, just looking at market structure, okay, just to keep it pretty simple here for the community. Let's dive in here into this altcoin, which is Zilliqa. This one absolutely exploded. If we zoom in on Zilliqa, you were creating here a pretty aggressive descending wedge, right? You got massive lower highs. If you connect the lower highs and the lower lows, descending wedge. As soon as this went sideways and broke out, it went absolutely ballistic. Now, if you just use a 5-6x, okay, low leverage on this, from the breakout, the pump was almost 500%. So that's already 5x on its own just by holding the altcoin, right? But if you use a 5x leverage, it's basically 5 and 5, 25. So, you're 25 times your money in less than a week, which is absolutely nuts. I did not trade this. Zilliqa is not one of those altcoins that I've been looking at for the last few days. This one can actually be traded on Bybit. So Bybit has huge amount of altcoins, okay, and Zilliqa can be traded here. You can also trade over 50 different cryptocurrencies. If you are interested, you got an insane bonus down below, up to $4,620 that you can claim, okay, if you click on the link down below in the description. Now, the altcoin that I want to take a look at today is not really Zilliqa, it is Kadena, okay? This one really does look like it wants to pop. Now, this is the kind of thing that you want to spot, right? Where you are finding, it looks like you are forming a kind of a bottom. The bears are getting exhausted. The bears push the price down till you find a bottom. It does look like that this could potentially be it for Kadena. I know Kadena is an insane L1 project, so why not? This one will succeed in the next coming weeks. You are creating slightly higher lows, as you can see. And funny enough, you want to check out the lower highs, all right? And just by connecting this lower high over here, this lower high over here, and if you do kind of connect them like this, you are just about to break out this lower high trend line. As you can see, we are at the verge of breaking out, and this could go parabolic potentially. It's not guaranteed, but just like Zilliqa, right? Where you slightly get out of the lower highs and then you skyrocket. I think there's potentially a good opportunity on this one. It is worth the risk, right? Because the risk to reward on this is potentially 1 to 5 or 1 to 10, okay? And you can easily protect your position very fast as soon as you're in profit. Now, if you can see here, you are creating higher lows. So it does look like you are in a kind of a symmetrical triangle, and this is ready for a breakout. Now, the technical target from this kind of a symmetrical triangle, would be hitting the highs, all right, at least to the top of this symmetrical triangle, which would be around about the $12. But I do see this one going to much higher levels. There was an incredible hype on Kadena, a lot of people talking about it on Twitter back in October and November, and it just went absolutely ballistic. This could be it, guys. This could be one of those altcoins where you can get that opportunity. So this is the only thing that I wanted to tell you about in this episode about this altcoin. This is going to be it. I might be doing a live stream afterwards. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Let's find some opportunities here in the crazy crypto jungle. Check out the Bitcoinsensus website because we have the latest news and technical analysis ideas, totally free information. Check it out. The link's down below in the description. Thank you, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.